Let's see what E.J. Viso can do on his second attempt. Looking for his third start in an Indianapolis 500.
His warm-up lap was 2:21 even, which is pretty stout when you look down the warm-up laps, considering the kind of week he's had. Oh, look at all those sparks.
Yeah. By the way, the driver on the bubble is Paul Tracy, 223.856.
Now, Alex Tagliani said something very interesting, that when you trim out, you have to run the car low to make up for the trimming out, and that he said when he was bottoming at the beginning of his run, that's exactly what they had planned for. His first lap for E.J. Viso, 224.4.
Wow.
Very nice.
And where he has to get mentally, when the driver goes to submit the car for qualifying, Barnhart puts his hand in and shakes, and you go out once, and he takes that green flag, and then he had a gear problem is why he waved off, and then you have to go back through it again, on top of knowing what's happened to his teammate Sato, what's happened to Marias.
Yep.
You really have to just, you got blinders on and just focus on your job.
Second lap faster, 224.7. Ooh, little wiggle.
Little wiggle coming off a 1.
EJ will hang it out. We know that.
Yes, he will. He will give it all he's got.
He likes all the extreme stuff.
Doesn't get more extreme than 4 laps at Indianapolis. Uh-oh, that's a little high, a little sparky. Look out.
Coming down for the white flag. 1 more to go, 2.5 miles.
He's working at 224.5. Let's see what the official register is. He moves up a spot, 224.6. That's 14th if he keeps this going.
Good deal. Off corner 2, a little bit high with the wheels out into the gray.
Probably like that turn 2's behind me. The hard end is done. Robbie had said that earlier. Once you get through 1.
Yeah, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 have always been easier relative to 1 and 2 at this racetrack. Don't know why. Just whether it's visual or what have you. There's a good sight for EJ.
Yeah, Jimmy Vasser salutes his driver as EJ Viso has qualified.
He dropped just a little bit on the last one. In fact, it dropped him 1 position. 223.7 on the last one, giving him an overall of 224.3, 17th for EJ Viso.
Very nice.
He's happy.
But he wiggled in turn number 1.
Here it is. Look at him just getting a little high, coming off there, pinches it. Oh. and that's where he crashed earlier.
And Jimmy Vasser was watching and says,
yeah. Aren't you having fun, Jimmy? Gosh.
All right, so Paul Tracy's bumped down to the 24, and A.J. Foyt the 4th is on the bubble. Back in a moment. Numbers. Jen tells you what they're saying on the sports blogs, and you can join the conversation live by calling, texting, or tweeting. It's the Daily Line, Monday at 11 Eastern, only on Versus. And Robbie Floyd is with one of the stars of that show.
And I'm the only one with one of the stars, Jen Sturger from the Daily Line. How do you like the Indy 500 atmosphere?
I'm glad the sun finally decided to join us
It's
today.
because you showed up on set.
I don't know about that, but okay.
That's the way it is on your show, though. I mean, the guys just root each other throughout the day.
Pretty much.
What has been your experience here? You just got here yesterday. I mean, it's a long process, the Indy 500 qualifying. What's been your impression so far?
Definitely. You know, I've been here the past couple years, actually, for between pole day and the race. So I enjoy watching it go down every year.
Do you remember that first time you walked in? How impressive is this place?
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's something that I'd heard my father talk about for years when I was younger because he grew up here, and then finally being able to experience in person, unlike any other.
Do you have a favorite driver? You can say that. You're not one of us.
No, of course not. I love Tony Kanaan and I like Marco just because I've worked with the two of them on different occasions, and they're great guys.
Now, I hear rumor that Marco actually gave you a 2-seater ride in Las Vegas.
I'm glad you put 2-seater in front of gave you a ride. But okay.
I wasn't going to go there. Well, maybe I was.
Yeah, it was a blast. We were out there for the NACS convention promoting for Venom because I had worked for Venom and Dr. Pepper last year, and they said, do you want to take a ride in the 2-seater? Of course I do. And it was so funny because once you start going, you just kind of lean back in the seat and you have a button in front of you that's like the panic button.
Yeah.
And he was just like, when we got done, he goes, I was waiting for that light to come on telling me to push the panic button. He's like, no, you just sat there.
Yeah, it's a push to pass.
Exactly. I ripped off my helmet and I like shook my hair out like in the movies. And he goes, so what'd you think? And I was like, should have gone faster. It was a blast.
That's good. And no dizziness, nothing. You just
Absolutely not.
solid.
I wanted to do it again right then.
Absolutely. Now you're getting to do the parade this week with Bob Jenkins?
I'm really excited about that. I'm not going to be in the parade. I'm actually helping you guys broadcast.
Right,
I'm stoked.
With Bob. I think he's done it once or twice before, but tell me about your racing side. I mean, do you keep up with the racing, throughout the year? Because it is a sports show. We talk about all the sports and stuff. Do you keep up with the racing side quite
More
a lot?
so than the guys do. I have to keep them in tune with stuff. I like to follow, my favorite drivers, so see how they're doing throughout the season. I like it when you guys come down to St. Petersburg because I'm from Tampa originally, so whenever I'm down there visiting my parents, I'll be sure and check that race out. It's
Come
fun.
and visit me in Texas next 2
Exactly.
weeks from now. Always great racing in Texas. Now, the fans are now starting to pile in because they know we're getting towards this fast
the
night.
shootout. Everyone's really excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be the shootout. You just saw what Helio Castroneves threw down. Do you think he's going to be the guy, or is it one of the other, 8?
I think that's going to be a tough time to beat, especially under these track conditions. It's really hot right now, and I mean, this is as bad as it gets. And to pull a time like that, I don't think anyone's going to match it.
All right, you're going to dip out for the daily line. You're on Monday through Friday. You're going to dip out.
Yeah.
You're going to come back.
I'll be back here with you guys to party on Friday.
Any scoop that you may give us throughout the week? You're not going to bust on us, are you?
No, not at all. Actually, I think we're interviewing an interview I did with Sarah. We're sitting an interview that I did with Sarah Fisher out on the air.
Cool.
I'm not quite sure what else, but I think the drivers you said are coming in town Monday and Tuesday, so maybe I'll get to talk to some of them. It should be a good time.
Yeah, they do the shootout in New York City, and all the drivers, all 33 of them that qualify after this weekend will make it to New York City and do a lot of promotions for IZOD.
And shop at Macy's.
Yeah, they might tick that out a little bit. It's good to have you, Jen Sturger. I think we're going to go down to Lindy Thaxton, who's with IZOD, who's in that qualifying position now.
Yeah, we hear cars out on track right now for some practice, but EJ just finished his run. First of all, it looked a little bit scary out there. What was going on?
Well, definitely I was pretty busy inside the cockpit. I almost lost it in 2 times out of corner 1, so the last time I just preferred to take it pretty easy, and well, I need to thank the team. We definitely had a pretty eventful week, and today we had a bit of a bad day for the team. My other 2 teammates had a little crash. Hopefully we get all in the show, and thanks.
And physically, how do you feel?
I'm still a little bit sore, but I'm ready to race this huge and amazing race. I mean, there's nothing that is going to stop me.
And do you know what happened this morning in your first run?
We had just a little issue, and I was not feeling comfortable with the car, so I prefer to just come in the pits.
And will you go back out today?
Let's see, depending how fast the other go. But so far, I think we're in a comfortable position.
EJ Vizo, thank you very much. Cars are practicing right now. We are coming up on 1 more hour to go. Stay with us right here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on pole day.